Anyway. Hi there. Might as well get going here. It's late. Hi there. Happy Thursday.
What?
Hi there. Happy Thursday. September 17th, 2020. I'm Eric, talking at you from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where, good, I didn't want to see the bottom half of your faces anyway.
What?
Glad we're wearing masks. Not interested in the bottom halves of anybody's face.
Chins are overrated.
Exactly. You just offended a whole bunch of Chinese people, I'm sure. We are not. Or I just did.
Either way.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for emailing. We like your emails and your likes and your friendsings and whatever you call it, followings and all that stuff. Do that for us. That's important.
Means the world to us.
Apple Podcast means nothing to me. You can go review us there if you want to. I don't care anymore. I've learned that they mean nothing.
Yep.
So that's that. How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in. I got very little in the way of information for you guys today. I had a very busy day. Here's one interesting fact to kick the show off with. That crazy bitch who got me fired is now claiming to be pregnant with my child and living with me.
I just can't get fucking hell.
Love that this is still going on. I love that for when I was first told this information last night, it took me hours to remember her name. So that's how much I've thought about her. But apparently she's been thinking about me. So that's good. I've got an illegitimate child being born in Vancouver to a crazy woman.
That you're not living with.
Which is all fine by me. I applied for the child tax credit for it today, so.
That's perfect.
Hopefully I should be getting some money from Justin for my children.
That's great.
I could probably up the ante and go for the disabled one once the kid's born.
Probably.
I'm just guessing, but something's going to be wrong with it.
No, it ain't going to be normal. That's for sure.
If she's even pregnant, I don't know. Apparently she doesn't know that I'm in Kelowna because her lie isn't going very far with a lot of people in Vancouver. Because anyone who knows me or matters to me knows that I'm in Kelowna. So.
I mean, like, if you're going to make an outrageous claim like this, you think you would at least say, I don't know, listen to one of the podcast episodes where every day you say what town you're in?
Oh, no, she would never think of something like that.
I mean, like, holy shit. Like, I'd love to see that one come into court where they want to say, do you have any proof of where you live? Yeah, do you want to listen to one of our fucking last 100 episodes?
It's pretty clear. No, she wouldn't do that. And that's why we got along so well, because her lies were just extraordinary. Like, she just doesn't think them through. You have to just not, if you're going to be a liar, you have to assume people are smarter than you and work it that way. You can't assume people are dumb.
Yeah. You have to lie about something that can't be proven. That's how you get away with it.
Or at least know your facts enough to, like she tried to tell me that her daughter was in a car accident.
Yeah.
And she was just getting an x-ray, and then like 20 minutes later she's like, hey, she got her x-ray and she's out of the hospital. I'm like, no, she did not.
That's not even possible.
It's a minimum 3 hours, always. It takes them an hour to get the results back to the radiologist because the radiologist doesn't actually read the results. Like, just figure it out. Anyway. It's enough bitching about that. Just kids, if you're going to make up lies about me, make them more entertaining and sort of close to factual. And send them to me first. I won't tell anyone their lies if they're cool.
Yeah, no, if they got a good backstory to it and everything else, yeah, no, we'll support that.
That's why everyone wants to be pregnant with my kid, because the last time there was a rumor like this was that I was paying for a woman to live in Vancouver. Back when I was living in Calgary, I was paying a woman to stay in Vancouver to not tell my wife that I had gotten her pregnant. And I was paying rent and stuff.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's like, Jesus, I wish I had that kind of money.
Right?
Fake me is doing better than real me. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not fair. The hell?
That was a good one. I like that one. So yeah, send me your rumors and lies about me, Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina at gmail.com, or emails about the show. Send us interesting facts you want us to talk about. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And I'll have some more news for you guys over the weekend. Just today was not a good news day for me. I'm pretty sure nothing happened. I assume when I don't pay attention to the news, it's because nothing happened.
Oh, it's just the only big thing that's come out in the news in the last couple of days is there's another new symptom for COVID.
Yeah, fuck off.
You'll love this. Do you want to know what it is? This is before you get the sniffles, the headache, the fever, before any of that stuff comes. There's one thing that they noticed that is common out of 126 people. It was common with 9 of them. That's you get a stroke. So now stroke. You thought it was one person?
I thought it was a dude named Holland Oates.
Daryl Hall and John Oates. That's too good. I'm really sad that I knew that.
I was thinking about the Cure episode last night, and then that maybe remember that. Yeah, when I was young, that Holland Oates, he's a good singer.
He's really good. Almost sounds like there's 2 of them. It's very impressive. I always one thing I always say about that band is, I mean, not that they had a whole bunch of hits in the 80s and shit. It was their not just song, but they did for Christmas they did a Jingle Bell Rock, and the video for it is one of the oh my god, it's an atrocity for videos. It's like the definition of like a sellout almost in that sense. Like you're all wearing but this takes it to a whole new level. If you've never seen the video, fucking go up on fucking whatever YouTube or whatever, and just Hall & Oates, fucking whatever, Rockin' Christmas, whatever the fuck it's called. Just watch this shit. It's just horrifically bad. It's just oh god, it's so bad. It's amazing.
It's one thing I appreciated about the 80s. There was no such thing as selling out. It was just make as much fucking money as you could. That was the whole point of being alive.
That's right. Yeah. Need to feed my Coke habit. That was the 80s.
It was none of this selling out crap. It was just make money quick.
That's right.
And I
selling out didn't even become a real thing until like when rap started getting big. That's when selling out. You know, when you had people like MC Hammer, mainly, and like Vanilla Ice, those were considered the sellouts because they weren't true to the street. You know, nobody in like rock or anything else, nobody, you know, selling out just didn't really exist. It wasn't until rap made it a big deal. So
yes,
thank you, rap. I guess.
I don't know that it's selling out just because you deliver pizzas in a Ninja Turtles movie. That didn't lend Ice the cred he was looking for.
Yeah, not quite.
In the Ninja Turtles sequel.
That nobody liked and watched. Oh, it's too good. Oh man. Interesting little. We're gonna start out easy and we'll make our way up to this one. Artificial banana flavoring. Okay, so think back to when we were kids, Eric, when we had that banana flavored fucking cold medicine.
Yeah,
that was like just awesome as a child. I love that shit. Interesting thing about that one is the reason why it doesn't taste like bananas, because it actually doesn't. It's called banana, but it's just kind of like a pale yellow color. But the reason why it doesn't taste like banana is because it was based on a specific type of banana that was wiped out by the plague.
Sure.
Fuck. All right. That's just sort of interesting.
That's an old banana.
That's an old banana. Australia has over 10,000 beaches. That's a lot of fucking beaches. So you could literally visit a new beach every day for 27 years.
I got a secret for you guys. It's all one beach, same beach.
That's right. It's just got pockets of land around it. Not sure if you all knew that.
Just one beach. You can say it's 10,000 if you want.
Yeah.
But it's just one. Just goes in a big circle around the outside of the country there. Just before the water. That's where you usually find it.
Usually it, yeah. Where you find beach, chances are you're going to find fucking water. Just
they tend to go together.
That's right.
Although nothing would shock me in Australia.
No. Do you know who advised Johnny Depp to pursue a career in acting?
The banana flavored lady. I don't know. No, I don't.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Dude, you should totally do it. You don't even have to pay taxes or anything.
Yeah, right.
He was not correct about that.
No, he was not. Wesley Snipes found that out.
He was at the same party.
Yeah, exactly. Listening to the same dude talk.
That party where Nicolas Cage lied to everybody. That's a terrible party.
Fucking Nick. There's an Alaskan town called Talkeetna is the name of it. And the interesting thing is now they've had the same mayor since
just so everyone knows, the name of that town is Taquito from now on. That's it.
Taquito. Well, this town has had the same mayor since July of 1997. And then what's interesting about this is that the mayor's name is Stubbs, and Stubbs is a cat.
Yeah, I know about Stubbs.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. Did you know that?
Only in the sense that it really disturbs me, and it's that's just one more reason why America is where it is.
It proves how useless fucking government is. It just proves it right there.
It proves how retarded we are in not taking our politics seriously and letting it get to the state that it's in.
Yeah.
I get the point they were trying to make in doing it, but the counterpoint to that is you're making a mockery out of democracy, and it's ridiculous, and it shouldn't happen. But some people don't take it seriously, like me.
Yes. Or like the entire town of, what did we call it again?
Taquito.
Taquito. You know that now this I would like to fact check this and see if I haven't had a chance to fact check this, but I just find this an interesting fact. The Nazis were the first ever people in modern history to start an anti-smoking and tobacco movement.
It could be true.
I can partially see that. I could kind of see that as being true, but a little interesting thing there.
It still doesn't matter. They were Nazis, so good, great, whatever. You're still Nazis.
You're still Nazis. You still suck.
I don't care if you cured cancer. You're fucking Nazis.
You're a Nazi.
Swing and a miss.
A lot of people, when they have their fresh cut flowers, they tend to wilt, and there is a way to actually keep them going out for longer, and that is if you dissolve Viagra in the water, the cut flowers will literally stay erect for up to a week longer than they normally would.
That's a horrible waste of an expensive pill.
Right? Don't worry about using it for my dick. It's just get the flowers lasting.
Spray them with hairspray and they'll stay like that forever.
That is absolutely right. Hang them upside down, spray them from hairspray. That's right.
Don't waste your perfectly good Viagra on your flowers. Who cares if their flowers are hard?
That's just it, right? Oh, my rose is certainly not hard enough. It needs to be more erect.
Guess who's getting torn to shreds on Facebook the next day? The guy with the limp dick and a bunch of stiff roses.
That either means that he's a complete idiot or his girlfriend has finally said, you know what, I'd rather a hard flower than you. So get the fuck out. Oh, man. So DEET, right?
I do.
The big ingredient that helps get rid of mosquitoes and whatnot, which was banned for a while, then brought back. Well, there is something that is more effective at repelling mosquitoes than DEET. It's catnip.
I thought you were gonna say COVID. I was gonna fucking hang up on you.
No, thought about it, but no, I'll stick with the facts here. Catnip is 10 times more effective at repelling mosquitoes than DEET, and DEET is like tremendously more effective than everything else on the market. So
weird.
Yeah, that's just fantastic. People like to eat liver. I don't understand why, because I think it's really fucking gross, but it is gross thing. Well, if you were to sit down in one meal and eat 30 to 90 grams of polar bear liver, it would actually kill you.
That's cool.
Doesn't tell me why, but it would.
It doesn't tell you why?
No.
That is not a good fact.
It just says it will be, if you eat enough of it, if you eat up to that, it will kill you.
I don't know why that would be.
Well, I'm going to find that out later on. I'm not going to do that right now.
I don't know what polar bears eat. They just eat like fish and snow.
And other polar bears and anything else I can get a hold of.
Can't be that bad for you.
I would assume not, but maybe there's something in the fur. Who knows?
That could be.
Don't know. There's an American microbiologist by the name of Maurice Ralph Hilleman.
Some people call him the space cowboy.
Yeah. He is actually credited with developing 8 of the 14 routine vaccinations that are used today. Which would be measles, mumps, hepatitis A and B, chickenpox, meningitis, pneumonia, and hemophilia influenza.
So he's just the fucking anti-vaxxer's Skeletor.
Pretty much, yeah. That's exactly what he is. But this guy, he also discovered that chlamydia was not a virus. Up till that point, everybody assumed that chlamydia was a virus. He's like, nope, it's not a virus.
How many times did he get it before he figured that out?
I'm assuming around a dozen. Now, this next one, Eric.
Let me tell you how I know.
Guess what I figured out?
It's not a virus. Let me show you why.
This next one is just for you, my friend. Anybody else, you don't actually have to listen to this. This is just for Eric. Eric, if there is one job you could always do, what would it be? You've said this on the show numerous times. What would it be?
One job I could always do?
If there is one job that you, or one title, one job that you said, if I'm gonna have a fucking job, I want to be this. How do I get this?
I don't remember what I said.
Well,
other than fire truck.
Not quite. Well, there's an American college called the Massachusetts Institute of Technology that deems certain students who take courses in pistol, marksmanship, archery, sailing, and fencing, and if they take all these courses, they are certified pirates.
Oh, there you go.
You can officially be a pirate.
You can be a certified pilot.
Be a certified pirate.
You know who makes fun of you if you're a certified pirate? All the other pirates.
Well, fuck them. You imagine that you could be out in like that in the South Africa fucking straits or something like that, and on a boat, and we're pirates. We're coming. Hey, I'm certified. Get the fuck off my boat.
I'm gonna have to see your certification.
You got your certification?
This fucking machine gun, idiot. That's my certification right there.
So that shit's just fucking funny. I also have another one that you'll enjoy.
You can do so much. There's like the University of Washington offers a Star Trek course too. It's like, why are you spending your tuition money on this shit? Like you can't bitch about tuition being too expensive and then go take a pirating course.
No, exactly. I just saw that and I thought, there it goes. There's Eric's dream right there. He can be a pirate. He can be a certified pirate.
I would, I'll do it. I'll figure out a way. I'm sure they have remote classes you can take now.
Oh, I'll guarantee it.
But if it's anything like the BC Institute of Technology, I can't afford it.
No. Well, come on. You're being a certified pirate. Do you really think they're charging that much? Well, then again, it's pirates, so it's about robbing you blind, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, well, no one pays, so that's the problem.
Yeah. I was a little shocked about this one. So in the early 1900s, lobster was actually considered the cockroach of the ocean.
They are.
Yeah, and it was synonymous with the poor, often eating regular by homeless, slaves, and prisoners.
Makes way more sense.
Right? It wasn't until after World War II that lobster became considered a delicacy and a food associated with the aristocratic classes.
That's because after World War II, we all came back stupider.
Too much Agent Orange. Was that World War II? No, that wasn't World War II. That was Vietnam.
Heck, who knows? Could have been both. Whatever.
Probably.
That's probably right. It wrecked their taste buds. All that fucking chemical warfare wrecked their taste buds, and then they like seafood. Makes a lot of sense.
Why not, right? Do you know one of the main differences between a hare and a rabbit?
Hares are bigger.
That is true. But the other way to know is that hares are born with fur and rabbits are born naked.
That's weird.
Isn't that weird? Never would have thought that.
I didn't actually know there was much of a difference between them, but I never really gave it a lot of thought either. You don't hear a lot about hares.
No, exactly. I just assumed one was just, the hare was like the old term for rabbit. That's what I always assumed. But
yeah, you don't hear. There's not a lot of like wild hares running around or whatever.
No, you don't see anybody here saying.
You see.
Yeah, you don't hear anybody saying, "I'm going to go hunting for hares." It's I'm hunting rabbit.
No. Except for old dudes digging in their ears.
That's right. Oh man, have you ever heard of this thing called the mandrake plant?
I have heard of the mandrake plant. Why do I know this?
I don't know, but interesting fact about it, in the 16th century, it was common belief amongst people that the mandrake plant grew only where the ejaculated semen of a dead person hanged, or a dead hanged man touched the ground.
That's who jerks off hanged dudes.
I don't want to know.
It's weird.
Ew. That's the only one to say about that one.
That's a weird job to have. Like a dead guy fluffer? That's a weird job.
That's a weird job. How badly do you have to fail in life to get that one?
Not much of a growth industry there.
Oh, man. Film producer Jeffrey Katzenberg. You heard of him?
No.
Well, he revived the Walt Disney Studios by producing a bunch of their biggest hits, such as The Little Mermaid, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin.
You mean stealing their biggest hits? Good for him.
Yes. Well, after releasing all of these, he requested a promotion, and they fired him for it.
Nice.
So he was so pissed, he turned around and he said, "Oh, fuck you, I'm going to get my revenge on Disney," and he founded DreamWorks Studio.
Yeah, there you go.
I think he pretty much kind of nailed that one. He did pretty good. Although, still, Disney's still huge, but definitely got his raise. What's that?
Don't they just work together now?
I have no. I don't know if they're partners or not now. It'd be fucked up if it was. Like that would be a. Well, I mean, he got his promotion, but now this next one, I love this next fact because again, this just it just reeks of America, and I love this.
What was DreamWorks' first movie? Was that Monsters Inc.?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna actually look that up. DreamWorks. Let me just find out what their first movie was. I actually want to know. It was Ants.
Oh, yeah, it's a great movie.
Ants is a fucking great movie. Yes, it was. Oh, yeah. That was their first one. Huh.
Life sucked, but Ants was good.
Ants is good. Okay, so I again love this one because it just screams just America. On Black Friday in 2014, Cards Against Humanity was removed from being on sale and replaced with a bullshit box on sale for $6. Now, the box contained literal feces from an actual bull, as the description stated on their site. This was to protest to the Black Friday shopping craziness where shoppers will literally buy anything on sale.
True.
Now, this special Black Friday edition of Cards Against Humanity sold over 30,000 copies.
That's cool.
Where all buyers actually received a box full of bull poop. It's just, fuck you, America. That's just amazing.
I think some of them must have known what they were buying. They can't all be that stupid.
Yeah, one would assume.
Black Friday makes me mad, but so does Boxing Day and all that crap.
Yeah.
I guarantee there's going to be issues with Black Friday this year. It's either not happening or they're going to completely change it. It can't be Black Friday.
No, they can't. They couldn't possibly. It'd be, I mean, like, they can pull it off here in Canada because there's no bum rush to get into a store for that. We don't have those issues.
Yeah, no, but there's no calling anything black anything anymore.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. No, I don't know. Everything's going to be Cyber Monday instead for the big cyber thing on the following Monday.
Yeah, but they'll have to change Black Friday.
Yeah, I'd have to assume so. You know, in 2005, there was an Iraqi insurgents that tried to convince American officials that they were holding an American soldier hostage and meant to kill him if Iraqi prisoners were not released. Well, the American officials not really believing this bullshit. After, you know, sort of getting into a little bit of a gunfire fight with them, they found the hostage, and the hostage turned out to be a military action figure, not even an actual soldier.
And he was holding all the weapons of mass destruction that they'd been looking for the whole time.
That's exactly right. He had his finger on the trigger, apparently.
And it was enough to start a new war. That's good enough for us. We're going in.
Right. I don't know what we got. We found something, both. Oh, man. Did you know that in 2014, Netflix spent $0 on marketing its DVD rental business, but still over 6 million people still used it?
That makes sense.
That's genius, really, when you think of it. I mean, cost you nothing, and you still had all these people using it. It's fucking genius. It's when you know you got yourself a fucking good little system going.
And everyone who worked at Blockbuster killed themselves that year.
That's right. Since you've always wanted to be a pirate, there's a little technique for swordsmanship that you should learn, which is called, it's a German technique, and it's called Mordhau. And basically what it means is you're gripping the sword inverted with both hands and using brute force to incapacitate your enemy with the pommel or the crossguard.
I don't think that's German. That sounds like Viking stuff to me.
It kind of does sound like Viking. Like, I don't think the Germans really came up with it. I think it's like something they would do when they're just in the middle of battle, just flip the thing around and smash someone in the fucking head with it. Not just... Yeah.
Whatever. It's a good technique.
Yeah, very effective.
Like old swords, like medieval swords, are notoriously dull. So there wasn't a lot of clean cuts happening in those days.
No, exactly. They didn't have me to sharpen them.
It's true.
Yeah. Do you know that in 1969 there was a musician by the name of Jim Sullivan? You ever heard of him?
I don't think so.
Well, he released an album in 1969 called UFO, and it featured a bunch of strange lyrics about leaving his family and being abducted by aliens. Well, what's really weird is that 6 years later, he disappeared without a trace. And the only piece of evidence being his abandoned car found on a desert road.
Yeah, it was probably just a plot to sell albums.
Yeah, I don't think it worked because we've never heard of him.
He's hiding out in fucking Taquito, Alaska. He works for the mayor there.
He works for the mayor there. Now, this next one, I'm only saying because this is the, hands down, the dumbest fact I've ever heard in my life. Because if you didn't know this, then you're just a complete and total idiot. In the film Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, every single one of the clone troopers was produced using CGI effects.
Yeah.
No. Say it ain't so.
I could have guessed that. And I don't care.
Oh, man.
I guess that's to somebody. I don't know.
I don't know who. If you're like two, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. We know that in China in 2013, scientists were able to grow a human tooth from scratch using stem cells taken from urine.
They claim.
That would make
lie about lots of that stuff, though.
They certainly lie about everything. That's right. Fucking right.
The goat that they didn't clone the goat. They said they did. I don't know. Maybe they could. I don't know what freaky ass technology they actually have, but
whatever they released, they're 10 times past that by now.
Oh, probably. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm on their side. I would go to the freaky Chinese doctors, and we're Canadians work with them. We developed a vaccine for COVID that's not being released. So.
I love the fact that they're actually saying if the vaccine comes out, it's bad because it'll stop COVID. They're actually thinking this being a bad thing now. It's fucking people are stupid. Anyways, you know those the spiked and studded dog collars?
Yes.
Would you know why those were originally invented?
For humans to look more punk?
No. Pretty much exactly what I thought, but no. It was actually invented by the ancient Greeks, who would give their sheepdogs these spiked collars to protect their necks from wolves.
So they look more punk?
So they looked more punk. They could yell stuff about being punk.
That's what Greeks did a lot. You don't hear that much, but they were real big in the punk scene.
Oh, man. I would love to be able to hit the status of being this well known of an artist. Salvador Dali, strange fucking dude as he was. One way he saved a tremendous amount of money, when he would go to like meals and like go to like meals for drinks or food or whatever else, he would pay by check. But the thing is that he would draw pictures on the checks, making them works of art, therefore uncashable.
That's a good idea.
That's fucking genius.
He also never signed them. He only signed on dotted lines. So. I just made that up. I have no idea.
Really? That's fascinating on its own count.
It's a great idea. That's a good idea. If you're well, now you can't really pay with check anywhere, but
no.
In his day, that was a great idea.
That was genius, absolute genius.
It's pretty good that they got rid of checks for the most part. They're so easy to There's so much fraud going on in the world right now. Checks were a kind of a sketchy thing to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you'd almost just can I just drop it and watch it bounce right now, or Yeah.
I used to hand them out all the time, just giggling. Have fun with that one.
You'll take a check? Sorry, I thought you wanted money. This is great.
I used to actually do the thing where I'd send my one check to BC Hydro and I'd send my hydro check to TELUS, and then by the time they figured it out, I could actually afford to pay them both. Oh, sorry guys, I must have sent you the wrong check. I'll fix that for you.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's always like 6 weeks before they figured it out. Yeah. I mixed up the envelopes again.
Here, I'll write you another check. Okay. This is great.
See you in 6 weeks.
You know The Simpsons, right?
I've heard of them.
Okay. Well, Marge Simpson and that tall blue-ass hair of hers. Well, apparently, according to Matt Groening, the reason why her hair was designed that way is because in his original drawings for her, Marge had rabbit ears.
That makes sense.
And he wanted to hide it by using that stupid, super tall blue hair. And that's why she has the big, tall blue hair.
That's cool.
Yeah. Weird little thing here.
She originally from Life in Hell? They all have rabbit ears in Life in Hell. It's a legit question.
I guess it technically is. Maybe Marge is the leader of Hell. We just never really knew it.
Just Life in Hell is his big thing. It's bigger than The Simpsons, according to him.
Really?
Yeah.
I never followed him much for anything. I just watched the episodes.
Life in Hell is his passion project.
No.
I never found it all that funny, but apparently people do.
No. I don't know. I liked a bunch of The Simpsons episodes, and I started getting really dumb real quick. That's all I know.
I haven't watched it in years.
You're doing good then.
I always liked Futurama, though.
I hated Futurama at first, but man, I really came to love that show. Really did.
Fry is my hero. Yeah, I love Fry.
No.
Hey, it's the guy I am.
It's some of the best one-liners. People worry about saying that video games are violent and it's the reason for kids shooting schools and for all this other bullshit. It's all because of video games.
Totally true.
Well, a little fact has come out that surgeons who play video games at least 3 hours a week perform 27% faster and make 37% fewer errors.
But they neglect their wives.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. I don't doubt that at all.
No, it does make sense.
They're great for high-end coordination. High-end coordination. That's what they're good for. I think hand-eye coordination is what I was trying to get at there. But they're good for that.
That's just funny. There's this blind dude in America. His name is Daniel Kish is his name. I've actually heard of this guy. I watched a little thing on him a couple of years ago now. The fascinating thing about Daniel Kish is that he actually uses echolocation to navigate, kind of the same way a bat does. He produces a clicking sound with his tongue and then listens intently for the sound waves that bounce back so he can find out distances between whatever.
Yeah, I heard of that, dude.
Yeah, have a neat thing.
It's a nickname for him. It's called the loneliest guy in America.
Yep. That's why he's always clicking. He's just hoping somebody else will maybe click back.
No, it's never going to click, buddy. Sorry, Danny. That's just never catching on.
It's just not going to work. To go in with this whole, well, Americans are fucked. Approximately 1 million dogs in the U.S. are named as the heirs of their owners' wills.
Oh, yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Fucking hell.
I used to read people's wills in Calgary. People do crazy shit. I wasn't supposed to. I was a janitor at the courthouse. I used to hang out in the will room and read people's wills.
No shit. That's awesome.
But, yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
No.
But, yeah, there was some insane stuff in there. People do some weird shit.
That's one thing I love about a will is that you can put just about anything in there and just kind of hope that people follow it out when you're done.
Oh, they have to.
Providing it's legal. I would always like to put stuff in there that just makes people they have to do something completely illegal. I think they'd just be funny. You have to rob 4 banks and not get caught.
Well, what's in your will that's better than what I'm going to get away with robbing 4 banks on? Like, if I'm going to rob 4 banks, then why would I give a shit about your will? There's nothing in it.
Well, that's what makes it genius. You don't get anything. That's just one of my dying wishes. My dying wishes is for you to rob 4 banks. Go do it.
Oh, that makes sense. All right. Now
it's my dying wish. You got to do it. The fuck out of here. Oh, man. So this is weird. So as pretty much as almost everybody knows, if you're in a survival thing, if you were to drink seawater, it would actually dehydrate you and lead you to your death much faster than anything else. But a weird thing is that if you eat frozen seawater, it's vastly less harmful.
Well, yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, the salt is separated from the water when freezing, as it does not fit into the crystalline structure of ice.
Right.
So there you go. So as long as you're trying to survive by the ocean in the dead of winter, you could survive on seawater, sort of.
All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind. When my floating plastic island floats up into the cold areas.
I love this next one because, again, I just love the geniusness of this. In 2012, an Afghan Taliban commander, Mohammed Ashin, turned himself into local authorities. Why, you ask? Well, because he was trying to claim the $100 reward prize that was seen on a poster for his arrest.
That's cool.
So he turned himself in for $100.
Did they give him the money?
No. But the thing I'm trying to think is, I mean, I've seen larger rewards for pets gone missing. You're a Taliban fighter. Even then, though, it's $100. I mean,
$100 American is $1 billion over there.
Yes, but still, Jesus. Oh man. So there's this organization called the Cult Awareness Network. And at one point they had listed Scientology as its #1 most dangerous cult.
Still probably should be on that list.
Well, what's funny is that Scientology sued the Cult Awareness Network and bought them out in a hostile takeover.
That's what evil, dangerous cults do.
That's like literally the definition of the most dangerous cult when this is what you do. Holy shit.
I don't think there's any like surprising secrets about Scientology anymore.
Well, the only thing I find surprising is that it still exists. That's the only thing I'm surprised about.
No, there's really nothing you can do about it. They don't really hurt anyone but Scientologists, as far as I can tell. So I don't really care that much.
Yeah, that is kind of true. That is definitely true. They turn families against each other, but yeah.
Yeah, but only Scientologist families.
Only Scientologist families. That's right. I remember some of the stories. Like there was like lower members. If you don't have a lot of money, their jobs for that is to go out and scrub a garbage dumpster with a fucking toothbrush and shit like that. I just couldn't imagine anybody saying, "I'm not getting paid for this." Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving.
Why did I have two things playing here?
I don't know. I don't hear anything.
That was weird. I had two Gords coming through there. Yeah, no, they wouldn't accept me, so I don't care.
No.
I did their you got to do a psych exam before you sign up, and they read my psych exam and then said no. They didn't want me. So I don't know, something in my psych exam, they didn't want me in their church, so good for them.
They were smart enough not to let you in that sense.
I guess so. I couldn't. I lied through my teeth on that thing too. They're smart.
They picked up on that.
They know
in the summer of 2013, it was a particularly warm summer that year.
My new favorite T-shirt, before you move on, that I wish I could take credit for, but I couldn't. It's a picture of Tom Cruise and John Travolta. Yeah. And the one says, and the picture of Tom Cruise says Top Gun, and the John Travolta says Bottom Gun.
That's great. I like that. That's really good. That's really good. Oh my god, that literally actually made my eyes water. That's fantastic. Oh man. So in the summer of 2013, had extremely, very much warm weather. Several nuclear power plants across the world, including ones in Japan, Israel, and Scotland, were forced to close down. Why, you ask? Well, there is a massive sudden increase in population of jellyfish. And the jellyfish were clogging the filters that draw seawater into the power plants to keep them cool.
Wasn't Fukushima like 2011 or something like that?
Yeah, but that one that wasn't because of jellyfish. That one fucked up because of
2 years later.
2 years later.
Problems? Like,
yep.
You think after Fukushima they might have just went around and shut them all down?
Yeah.
You would think.
One would assume, but yeah, no, apparently not. Nope.
But I said it very recently on this show, and I'll say it again. Fuck jellyfish. You guys are bastards.
Yeah, you don't hear anything of a jellyfish fucking saving anybody or anything. It's always doing bad.
They're pricks. You don't ever do anything good for anyone.
They're the wasps of the ocean.
I know.
Just the assholes that can sting and sting and sting. Oh, man. So, do you know what the longest word in the English language is to have all of its letters in alphabetical order when written down?
No, I don't have a clue.
The word almost.
Huh. That's not even close to what I thought.
I don't know what to tell you there. Oh, man. So here's some interesting Canadian fact for you.
Cool.
In Canada, in 2012, doctors were able to communicate with a man in a vegetative state. It was a coma patient named Scott Rootley who was able to tell doctors by using his thoughts that he was not in any pain.
Thought you were just going to tell me that was the first time they interviewed Donald Trump in Canada.
No. Canada doesn't want to talk to Trump. Oh man. So one thing that I think the maybe people could look around, look a little more into, the country of Liechtenstein. It's got an extremely low crime rate. They haven't had a murder in Liechtenstein since the 1990s. And the entire police force consists of 91 officers and 34 civilian staff.
Wow, that's probably about the entire country.
I don't know. I have to look at what their population is, but that is very small. It's only 125 people for the entire police force.
The country is the size of my closet, so.
Yeah, but some of these tiny fucking countries, they can pack in a lot of people.
I don't know anything about Liechtenstein. I believe it's a neutral country. It's right on the ass end of Switzerland. That's all I know about it.
Let's see if I can get. There is like literally no information on this. It's a German-speaking microstate in the Alps.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a little country on the ass end of Switzerland. That's all I know, and I believe it's neutral.
Let me see here. It has. Where is its population?
Probably doesn't say, because they don't want you to know that is its population. It's 129. That's why they're neutral.
Here we go. 38,750.
Yeah, there you go. So less than we fit in most of our stadiums.
Yeah. So that whole country is
almost
a third of the town of Milton.
Yeah. It's less than Rogers Arena can hold.
Yeah. There you go. It's 160 square kilometers.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's why they're neutral.
Okay. Also explains why there's such low fucking, because I know when Milton was sitting at 30,000, our biggest crime was like, running a stop sign.
Oh, yeah, of course. You can't have crime in a town like that because the police are like, can you identify the suspect? And the people are always like, yeah, it was Dwayne.
Yeah, exactly. Here, I'll take you to his house.
Oh, yeah, we heard he was doing rough. We'll go talk to him. That's not a good place to do crime.
A study was conducted that showed customers in a bookstore were 3.48 times more likely to pursue romantic books if the store smelt of chocolate, and 5.93 times more likely to buy them.
Huh. What does the store have to smell like to get you to buy my book?
Desperation.
No, that doesn't seem to be working.
No, it doesn't actually. Couldn't resist. Did you know that Sonic the Hedgehog has registered itself in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the fastest gaming character ever?
That is stupid.
There's no way that that's true. And B, you can't register yourself. Doesn't Guinness have to register you? Can you just go in and say, I have the title for this now? Fuck you.
Well, probably if it's one that doesn't exist.
I guess.
I could just go in and say, I've got the record for being the most Eric-y of Erics, and people will be like, yeah, that's cool, you're that. And I don't know, they don't have there's lots of things that Guinness doesn't have records for, right?
That's true.
There's things they won't give you a record for because they just think it's not record worthy.
Yeah. If there's a chance that nobody else would ever be able to to break that or anything else, then yeah, they would just say no, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, there's certain things I don't know. I hold the record for being the one who can slap me in the face the most when no one else is around. Like, yeah, of course you can. That's stupid. Stuff like that. I'm sure that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
We should see what the record is for the longest podcast. We could do it. We could.
Oh, we could easily do it. That's not a problem at all. Not even a problem in the slightest.
I wonder what it is. I wonder if they have a record for that. I bet they do. They probably have a bunch of podcasting records. I can't look things like this up right now, but I know they just had a record for the biggest virtual podcast rally or whatever.
Longest podcast ever, continuous podcast was 36-hour marathon.
Oh, that's it.
And broke the world record. Yep, 36 hours.
That's the current record.
Yep.
I'll fucking beat that. The next time you got 3 days, no problem.
You know what? I'm up for that. I think we could pull that off.
I will get on Podcore and I'll tell all the sponsors, hey, we're going for the Guinness record. Fucking pay us to podcast for 4 days straight. We'll talk about all the news we haven't talked about this month.
We will argue shit till those like literally nothing. Like we'll come up to like we'll end up having the solution to like religion and like we'll fucking talk through everything.
That's what I wanted the our last season finale to turn out to be, but it was actually relatively short. But yeah, I'll do that. As soon as you tell me what days work for you, and we'll work it out.
I love this. It just says
I would love to be in the Guinness book for something, just to say, I mean, yeah, I'm in that book.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. You know, I just found a thing that says, "How long is too long for a podcast?" It says, if you have 40 minutes of good on-topic content, and your episode lasts 1 hour, then it's too long.
Oh yeah, there's people that think 15 minutes is too long. There's people that think 2 hours isn't long enough. Yeah. You're never gonna solve that argument.
It says that if you have 40 minutes of good on-topic content and your episode lasts 20 minutes, then it's too short.
Well, yeah, I see what they're saying there. That's good, but yeah. I think the podcast goes as long as you know. Everyone says 90 or 45 minutes is the standard because the average commute is 45 minutes. So, but all the most popular ones seem to be 2 hours plus.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know who came up with all these podcast rules, but a lot of them don't seem to make much sense anymore.
It's people who can't come up with content for longer than 40 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because people go, people won't pay attention for that long. Yeah, that's why you can stop them and play them later.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. It's not that difficult.
I've never gotten to the middle of Adam Carolla's podcast and went, oh, well, I guess I'll never hear the rest of this ever. This show should be shorter.
There's no way I'll ever finish this.
His show should be shorter because once I push stop, it's over forever.
I don't hit play again.
I do not.
Said no one ever.
That's a stupid thing. So yeah, whatever. I'm going for 4 days. I will do it. I wonder who holds the Guinness record for failing to break the most Guinness records. That would be awesome.
Oh,
I could set that one for sure. Failed attempts to beat a Guinness record. That could be my record.
I want to know this now.
Failed attempts. This guy's tried to break every record in the Guinness book. He never does any of them.
The most unsuccessful world record attempts in... Oh, no, that's not it. Forget it. No. There's no record for that.
I mean...
There's the most unsuccessful world record attempts in 62 seconds, but that's just a video. That doesn't help. So, yeah, I mean, there is no road. There you go. So we can do that.
I'll set the record for not setting the record for anything ever. I'll be the guy who didn't set the most records. That's awesome. But I will set the record for the longest podcast. I'll do that for sure.
Well, why don't we just do that then? Let's just break two records.
We'll make it live too.
Yeah, we'll do 2 record breakers. Like we'll create the first one for being. We'll just spend the entire time attempting as many world records as humanly possible, and fail at every one of them. There's one, and then the longest podcast. We can do this. Fuck yeah, we'll do 48 hours.
The most world records we can attempt on a podcast.
Yeah,
that would be probably one too. That the people who set the record for the most attempts to set a record on a podcast.
It's not bad either.
We should get in touch with Guinness. I don't know how you get in touch with them and get them to come out. I don't know who the Canadian Guinness Committee is or whatever. Or is there just one world they fly around the world, or does each country have its own Guinness people? How do you become a Guinness guy?
I don't know. I'm definitely going to be looking into this though.
But I want to set a record on the podcast. I want to do it. I'll do it. We get unlimited free 24-hour a day fucking live podcasting through Spreaker. You should be taking advantage of it and setting some records here. Because I'm not even kidding. I want to be in that book for whatever reason. I don't care why. I just want to be in it.
Apparently, you can just do it all online.
How do they confirm it?
Well, that's how you register, and then once you're officially going to, I don't know. I think once you're officially getting ready to actually do it, then they send a rep to officially send it. I don't know how that works.
Where's this rep? Where does he get his credentials from? Is it like my life coaching credentials, or do they have to do something?
It's probably literally they just tell somebody you just got to stay in there and you just have to record and whatever they're doing. You just got to make sure that it's all correct, and then it gets probably reviewed.
If anyone from the David Key School is listening, of course I did everything properly to get my certificate. Just kidding, obviously.
Of course. The hell? Why are you even questioning me? The hell? So the second one, I'm going to say that one. So France has conducted 210 nuclear weapons tests.
You got to figure out 4 or 5 days that you're free, that you can actually commit to this. Because I'm dead serious now.
Well, dude, technically we only need 2 days, 48 hours. 2 full days, 48 hours would be enough. You just destroyed the record by 12 hours.
It's only 36 hours, eh?
That's it. 36 hours.
Way too short to me.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to need 4 days. I'm just guaranteeing.
I don't know at this age if I can do 48 hours or if I can do 4 days, but yeah, 2 days, no problem.
You're doing it. Well, actually, you don't have to. I didn't do it myself.
You can barely do 40. You can barely do 45 minutes. Get bored. Start losing concentration. What am I doing here? I do think that we could actually do that. Just between the two of us, we never have shit we can't talk about.
Yeah, no, we can do it.
The only reason it would get fucked up is if we pissed one of us off and said, "That's it, I'm done," and he quit.
Well, then you just keep going by yourself. That's fine.
Then the other person goes until that person comes back.
You'll come back in a day or two.
I'm done for 24. You're on your own. Fuck.
I will start advertising it. We'll make it a thing. We'll get guests on and stuff.
I'm in. Fuck it. Why not? Let's make some fun with this.
Don't want some other podcast to figure out how short it is and try to beat our record right away. But I'm sure that happens with Guinness records. Like some guy beats it and another guy beats it like 10 minutes later and you're, fuck you.
You still get your certificate though. That's the important thing.
Yeah, but it's not cool if you held the world record for 12 seconds. You want to keep that shit for a while.
No, that's true. That's why if we're going to do it, we got to like destroy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 4 days.
4 days. Fuck. 4 days of no. Well, I mean, you can sleep because you just have to go in rounds. No, that can work. We could do that. We could do a continuous show.
I don't need sleep.
And I'll guarantee you on this other podcast, I'm going to look into this one. I'll guarantee you the guy who held that record, I bet you they're like playing music and shit too.
I don't know.
I'll bet you.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm serious now. Now I'm doing it with or without you. So there you go, guys. You have that to look forward to. I'll plan it for hopefully before Christmas.
There you go. Sounds good to me. I'm in. Fuck it. That's some fun.
That'll be my response to Black Friday this year. Be my Black Friday podcast. It goes on for 3 days till Cyber Monday.
Till Cyber Monday. Maybe 4 days straight. Fucking hell. Starting at midnight.
Why would we start at midnight?
Well, that's the official start of the next day.
Yeah.
So why not start at midnight?
Why would I stay up till midnight to start my podcast? No one's going to listen at midnight. No one's going to listen anyway. It doesn't matter.
I'm not doing this for listeners' sake. I'm doing this for us because I want to see if we can pull it off. I think it'd be awesome.
Well, I know we can.
Yeah. What's our longest one so far? What have we done? 3.5? So I don't know.
I have not a clue.
I know we did a super fucking long one night.
Yeah, we've had a few of them. I'm not sure what the longest one is, to be honest. I don't really track it. I know it's got 15 commercials in it now.
At least. Oh, man. Okay, so random weird thing. And this one actually kind of confuses me. You know that Iran carries out more gender change operations than any other country in the world?
That makes sense.
Does it, though, from Iran? Does that make sense?
Yeah, trying to get rid of women.
Well, and what if they're going the other way?
It doesn't. I guarantee they're not.
Oh, so you think it's just from women to men?
They're changing little women babies to male babies. Well, and that's why.
That's just weird. Well, their official statistics has somewhere between 15,000 and 20,000 transsexuals inhabiting it. But they said the unofficial statistics puts it at closer to about 150,000.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh. That would be my guess. That's my guess, and that's what I'm saying it is.
Huh. No, there you go.
And there's just a lot of Boy George fans in Iran.
I still remember when I found out when I was like, because I was a kid when Boy George first came out, and I'm just like, just thought that was a dude with a weird costume, never realizing that it was a gay crossdresser. Just never fucking occurred to me.
I didn't. They all were in the '80s. Like so is Bon Jovi. He never got it.
Look at Poison. I mean, like shit. Yeah. I remember my dad seeing the Look What the Cat Dragged In album cover. Dad's like, well, 2 of them are pretty cute, but the other 2 are really fucking ugly. I'm like, yeah, Dad, yeah, they're all guys. He said the same thing when at first I was watching Mr. Big video. My dad comes down and goes, man, that chick lead singer is ugly. I'm like, that's a guy.
Yeah.
He's like, your music confuses me.
My friend Dan, who always wanted to bang the chick in Hanson.
That's so good. One time I was with the 3 of the 4 members of our band back in the day, and we were driving down the street, and we look over, and there's this fucking chick with these little cut off fucking jean shorts and the long dark hair and had this little saunter walk. We're like, man, check out the ass on that chick. And then we get past, we realize it was our singer named Alex.
That's rough.
Then we're like, yeah, we got to kick him out of the band. This ain't gonna work.
Sorry, dude, you're out. What? Call me later.
Yeah, right. You're out of the band, but call me later. mistress.
We've got
so fucked. There's this Australian dude by the name of James Harrison.
I hate him.
Well, you might not, because he has a singularly unique blood plasma composition that is being used to cure. I'll never pronounce this. No, Rhesus disease. RHESUS. Rhesus disease. It's hemolytic disease that affects newborn babies.
Weird.
And he has donated his blood plasma over 1,000 times.
Gross.
So well done, James Harrison. You're a good man.
1,000 people with filthy Aussie blood in them.
Yeah, there's the downside, sure.
I'd rather have Rhesus disease. What was it? Turns you into a rhesus monkey?
The racist monkey? What? The rhesus monkey? Oh man. So there was this in 2011. Chinese surgeons were able to remove a rusty 4-inch end of a broken blade from the skull of a guy who has had it stuck in his head for 4 years.
I love those guys.
He was stabbed in the lower jaw by a thief 4 years previously, and the blade just snapped off, getting stuck in his head.
I love those guys. You always hear about those guys. They've got a headache for 5 years. They can't figure out why. It's because they shot a nail up their nose one time and they Those guys are the best.
It's just the weirdest thing. I always remember there was this one woman who had this surgery, and for like the first like week or 2 weeks or something like that, she was doing really good, and then all of a sudden she started getting like stomach aches, and she was getting really sick and weak, and her body was just rejecting her all over the place. So she goes back to the doctor, and they do a scan. They're like, "Oh fuck!" And they realize they left one of the towels inside her stomach.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. A sponge, towel,
so fucking bad.
A watch, a sandwich. Okay.
Sandwich, cup of chili, whatever. Fuck. It's like that fucking South Park episode. Kenny. The good news is the transplant for your heart transplant was a success. The bad news is we replaced your heart with a baked potato. You have 5 seconds to live. What?
Well, doctor, you left something in her, and I don't think you deserve that world's greatest surgeon mug anymore. So we're going to be taking that away.
Taking your mug away.
As soon as we get it out of her, we're taking it back.
So enjoy your coffee now, because it's going to be gone as soon as we're done this. You know how there's just the dumbest, there's a day for, it's was it 2 weeks ago? There was Knife Appreciation Day, and you have all these different days for everything. This is one I've
no stab wound appreciation day.
That's the next day. Well, there's a very strange one. It's on May 29th, and it happens in Europe and the USA. I've never heard of this before, but it's Put a Pillow on Your Fridge Day. And it's supposed to bring good luck and wealth to the household.
How's that worked out for everybody so far?
I'm pretty sure it never has.
If it actually brought you good luck and wealth, you'd only have to do it 1 year. It wouldn't be an every year thing.
Yeah.
Because once you've got good luck and you're rich, then you wouldn't do it anymore.
That's right.
So chances are it's probably not working for anybody.
Chances are. I'm pretty sure that's a very safe fucking statement. What the fuck is that?
On win a lottery day, I'd be pretty stoked. But the next year, I'd be like, yeah, I'll pass this one. I'm good.
I got my money. I still haven't spent it all, so I'm doing all right. So you know that when people are struck by lightning, there's a mark that appears on the afflicted area afterwards that looks like a intricately detailed silhouette of a fern tree, and it's actually known as a lightning tree or lightning flower.
That makes sense. It's a bird mark, you idiots.
That's right. It's This occurs due to the delicate capillaries rupturing beneath the skin from the shock of the electrical discharge. That's just fucking obvious.
I'm sure you get it. You probably get one if you get electrocuted good enough with some other way.
Yeah, if you get hit with something big enough, yeah, I would have to assume so. Yeah. I haven't looked at any of the other ones yet. So now I'm on the stuff I haven't read yet.
I'm really surprised that hasn't happened to me yet. I'm sure it will one day.
I have to admit, I've kind of always wanted to, just to see what it feels like.
Not good. I've never heard someone like, yeah, that was awesome. I can't wait till it happens again.
Right. I bet you there is somebody on the planet that got hit and is like, fuck yeah, that was a rush.
Oh, yeah, there's always some idiot out there doing stupid shit, but they die pretty quick, most of them. The ones who are, like, into that kind of stuff.
Well, if you're ever looking for a really good household cleaner, there's one called Sillet Bang. This is a standard household cleaner in Scotland, but they actually use that to clean plutonium stains away from a defunct nuclear power plant in Scotland as it was being dismantled.
Well,
That's gotta be some pretty powerful shit.
Guarantee a bunch of Scottish janitors had cancer 15 years later, but
just not on their hands where they were touching the solution.
They don't talk about those ones.
No. Oh man. So there's this incident on the American nuclear submarine called the USS Miami, where the fucking thing was damaged beyond repair by a fire while it was docked at the naval shipyard. They couldn't figure out for long. They couldn't figure out what it was until a civilian employee named Casey J. Fury, perfect last name for this, he admitted to starting the fire in order to get out of work early.
That's a good reason.
He was sentenced to 17 years in federal prison in order to pay $400 million.
Not enough.
Holy Christ. I'm going to set fire to this fucking submarine. I can go home early. You fucking idiot.
I probably would have done it myself. I can't really hold him too accountable for that. I've probably thought about it. I'm sure there's been times at work where I'm like, well, I could just torch the place and get out of here. That'd be fine.
They'll never look into this.
Oh, they would have. That's why I never do that. I'm suspect number one every time something like that happens.
Because you're the guy who, as soon as you set foot on the sub, first says, I'm going to set this thing on fire one day.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
And then when I do, no one's surprised. Like, how could you do that? Well, I told you the first day I got here I was going to do it. We thought you were kidding.
Nope. Joke's on you, motherfucker.
Why would I kid about that? Why does everyone always think I'm kidding?
How do you not figure that out? What the hell? Did you know that the tea bag, not the dipping your sack on a guy's face, but the actual tea bag itself was an accidental invention?
That makes sense.
It occurred in 1908 when tea merchant Thomas Sullivan distributed his tea samples in small silken bags. His customers, not understanding that these were just samples, dumped them, and suddenly he was swamped with orders for his tea bags.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like an accidental thing to build your business. It's kind of cool.
There's a lot of purists who like tea people now who are they're fucking faux and fa people who say they're like, no, you can't use a tea bag. It's not proper. There's like there's a big deal to tea.
Yes, that's right. Well, it's not pure. That's right. You're supposed to use a steel ball.
They can all go to hell. They're all idiots, but
I agree. That's
a big thing. A lot of people say so. He probably wasn't all that popular with some of
them. Oh yeah, I bet you when he first started, I bet you the people in the tea industry were like, "You're a dick. Fuck you, Thomas."
But usually guys like that don't care because they're really super rich. It's Nickelback syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
Nickelback doesn't give a fuck how many people say they don't like Nickelback.
No, not at all. They've fully embraced that by now.
Because they're ridiculously, stupidly rich.
That's right. Very, very rich. I always loved his when he did the MTV Cribs thing. I always loved Chad, whatever the fuck his name is. I loved his thing because he's like, yeah, he says, when you hit a certain point of rock stardom, when you start making a certain amount of money, he goes, they give you this card. He was one of the first celebrities to actually show the black card that you get, which comes with a 24-hour butler service where you can order anything and they will just have it delivered. He's like, as soon as I got the call from MTV Crib saying, hey, do you want to check out your crib? And he's like, yeah, fuck it. He goes, so he opens up his garage. He goes, so I ordered these 6 fucking 4-wheeler ATVs. I ordered 3 fucking motorbikes. I got a couple of cars. He let put it on the card. Fucking dick. I appreciate that. Yeah, so there you go. All right, last one here for the night because I am getting fucking tired. Nokia. Everybody's heard of Nokia. Huge people still love using their fucking phones and shit.
Nobody loves using their phones.
There's a fan page for it on Facebook. Kid you not, man.
Worst goddamn phones ever.
Well, did you know that Nokia was originally founded in 1865?
I did not.
Yeah, as a paper printing company.
I think the first cell phone I got from them was made about then. It worked about that good.
But you know what's great about those Nokia phones, though? If you dropped it, the shit didn't break. It kept working.
That is a true statement.
There you go. So just one of those ironic things that here's a company that started off as a paper printing company and then ended up being one of the world's most used methods for long distance communication.
Are they Japanese?
Nokia? Yeah, absolutely there.
So that's not rare in Japan. A lot of companies like Toyota is one of the biggest construction companies in Japan. Like they're weird for that. Their companies don't do like one thing. Lots of companies do lots of look at Yamaha, right?
Yeah,
like the best motorcycles and acoustic guitars you could buy.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just a weird Japanese thing.
That is very, very strange.
So yeah, it's not like shocking that they were a paper company.
No. It's good to see that, you change with the times. You can still be relevant. You can still make a tremendous amount of money. You just got to adjust with the times.
Paper still sells. I'm sure it won't much longer. But it's not going to go on forever. Which pisses me off. But
yeah, I'll be sad when the art of writing and printing becomes even by hand becomes a fucking thing of the past.
Well, it will. Academically, it will. I don't think the art will ever completely go away. There's too many people like me who love it.
It'll end up being like calligraphy.
Yeah, the calligraphy's cool.
Yeah, it's an amazing art. I love it, but it's just that very few people know how to do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying the art will never completely disappear. I hope, but yeah, academically, they're already leaning toward that. They don't do handwriting in school anymore, like cursive and shit.
No, I have to agree there.
We're not that far away, but I don't want to see books disappear. I don't want to see writing disappear. I can't write on a computer.
No.
I can. I don't like to. So yeah, I don't let paper die too quickly, people. Teach your kids how to write. They won't ever probably need to, but teach them anyway.
Yeah.
I don't get that new like millennial thing where it's like, why would I teach my kids that? They're never going to need to use it. Why do you fucking teach them ballet?
Yeah, it's true.
Like any equestrian sport that you have them enrolled in, that's never going to be a cool thing. Teach them how to write. They might use that one day. They're never going to use like polo. When does polo ever come in handy for anything?
Never, not once.
Teach your kids a skill. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Siri's not always going to be there to help them out. That's why they don't do math and shit. Right? You don't need to. You just ask your cell phone. I do it 10 times a day. Hey, cell phone. Hey, Google.
What's this?
Do this math for me. I can't even find the calculator on my phone.
I struggle to find it all the time. So embarrassing. Somewhere I have I don't know, somewhere on here, I don't know.
The calendar's even worse, and it's right next to the fucking calculator. But I can never find it.
No. Yeah, they're always side by side.
And you can move them. You can just put them wherever. But no, I don't. It's just like I might as well just have it in a drawer. Like I probably have a calculator kicking around somewhere I could find faster.
Yeah, probably.
So whatever. Your kids are dumb. That's what I'm saying. That was the point of this whole show. But hey, stay tuned right away. We're going to do the world's longest podcast. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know all the details tonight. I'll have it all banged out for you for the next one.
Perfect. So looking forward to it.
I am as well. We'll keep you guys posted on that one. Buy my book. Love you all. Thanks for listening. Take care of each other.
Yep. Suck a dick, whatever.
With dick.
With dick.
I haven't done that in a long time. Hey, bye. Not you, just them.
No, I figured. There we go. You know, I was reading up when I was looking up for shit to talk about. I came up with this one thing. It was like the 15 most horrifying mental disorders. I'm again, ooh, that would be interesting. No, there's actually one called the Alice in Wonderland syndrome.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's it causes one's surroundings to appear distorted. So either you can sounds can either be louder or quieter than what they are. Objects are bigger or smaller. You lose a sense of accurate velocity and textures. All these really things. It's described as an LSD trip without the euphoria.
Yeah, it's called living in Vancouver syndrome.
Yeah, right. Eh? My favorite one, though, and I've heard about this, and I love the concept. I just think it's a great idea. It's called have you ever heard of this? The alien hand syndrome?
Yes, I have, actually.
That just sounds crazy, where people, the reported alien limb attempting to choke them, either themselves or others, ripping clothing, scratching to the point of blood.
Yeah.
I mean, that part I don't like, but I mean, the choking others, that's just great. It's not me, it's my hand.
Yeah. They've made lots of movies about shit like that where it's like people get a transplant or whatever and they get an evil hand.
Yeah. Well, Simpsons did it with Snake's hair.
No, that's right.
Made Homer evil. Simpsons did it.
But yeah, the hand thing, that's cool. If I had a prosthetic hand or a transplant, I would totally use that as an excuse for everything, all the time. It's not me, it's alien hand.
Right. Some of these things are just there's clinical lycanthropy.
You think you're a werewolf?
Yeah. The fuck?
That's stupid.
Cotard delusion. which is basically you believe that you are either the Walking Dead or you're a ghost, and that your body is decaying, and you've lost all your blood and internal organs.
Yeah, every guy who gets caught in a women's bathroom says that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a ghost.
It wasn't me.
I have a syndrome that makes me think I'm a ghost.
Kluver-Bucy syndrome. This is characterized by memory loss, and it's the desire to eat unedible objects or a sexual attraction to inanimate objects such as automobiles.
That's stupid. That's not a real syndrome. That's just people are idiots.
Yeah, exactly. What's this one here? Yeah. I can't pronounce anything here. Reductive amnesia. It's you believe that a location has been duplicated.
Okay.
So it's like they include the suffering of being convinced that a location exists in two places at once. It just sounds like you're just talking about an idiot. What do you mean? Germany's not a country in Europe. Maybe it is, but it's also fucking the next town over.
So what? What is it? That's like the lamest condition ever. What does that condition do? I think that place is in two places. Yeah, so what? Get back to work.
I mean, there's no. I mean, aside from the fact that somebody thinks that there's two places at one, there's no downside to this.
Do you think you're in two places at once? That would be a thing then, but
being convinced that a location exists in two places at once.
Okay, good. So that place exists in two places. I don't get why you care.
And how that would even affect you if it. My brain hurts even contemplating this.
Unless it's like the Batman thing where he's got to save the girl or Harvey. One of them's got to die, and then he's like, "But she's in two places at once." Then that could be bad. I could see that being a bummer. If you're like, "Oh, that town's gonna blow up," and you're like, "Wait a minute, I'm in that town." I don't know. I don't see I don't see how that would affect people. That's not these are supposed to be horrifying. That's not horrifying. This is just stupid.
It's just dumb. I mean, that's just it. I just don't get it. There's another one called the Stendhal syndrome. It's a psychosomatic illness that, well, good news is it seems to be only temporary. It occurs when the sufferer is exposed to a large amount of art in one place.
Oh, yeah, I have that every time I go to an art gallery.
Those who experience this odd yet scary mental disorder report sudden rapid heartbeat, overwhelming anxiety, confusion, dizziness, and even hallucinations.
Yeah, that just makes sense. Most art is stupid. It makes me feel like crap too.
Well, there you go. Maybe you have Stendhal syndrome.
Well, like they said, it's psychosomatic, so
yeah,
that means it's all in your head. It means you don't really have it.
Yeah, you created your own issue, sort of thing.
And no, yeah, it's temporary because once you complain about it, everyone makes fun of you, and then suddenly you don't have it anymore. So most of that's temporary.
There's also one called the Paris syndrome. You know, this is just horseshit. It's an extremely odd temporary mental disorder that causes one to become completely overwhelmed while visiting the city of Paris.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It seems to be most common among Japanese travelers.
Yeah, that could be. That's the same as Backstreet Boys syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. Of the approximately 6 million Japanese visitors to Paris each year, 1 to 2 dozen experience the overwhelming anxiety, depersonalization, derealization, persecutory ideas, hallucinations, and acute delusions that characterize Paris syndrome.
Yeah, and then go back and talk to them a week later when they realize that Paris is a dump.
Yeah. I wonder if that's just what it is. They just get there like, oh, it's a shithole. I'm really disappointed by this. The fuck? There you go. So I wouldn't exactly call many of these scary as much as they're just fucking stupid.
That's just we've reached a point now where like everything is a mental disorder.
Yep.
Like no one will just admit that they're just dumb. Like you do something dumb, just say, yeah, I did a stupid thing. It's got to be a mental disorder now. It's got to be. Yeah. I'll have to empathize and fucking let you have your dogs on planes.
Well, it's like this bonethropy, which is it makes people believe that they are a cow.
Yeah.
No. You're just an idiot. That's all. Nothing else. You're just a fucking idiot.
This is what we've done to kids. Not everything is a mental disorder. Not everything has to be diagnosed. Some things are just you're dumb. Some things are you got a weird freaky fetish. You're just you do weird shit. It doesn't have to be a mental disorder. Fuck, I wish kids could go back to when we were kids and sometimes you just did weird shit. It wasn't like everything now. It has to be put in a dictionary and given a pill. Fuck off. No, and it's like I have have to smoke in public syndrome. I have my left hand always grabs boob syndrome. I can't help it. It's a mental disorder. When I'm on the bus and I see a boob, I have to grab it.
What the hell?
You get away with anything, and then you don't lose your job when you do stupid shit. Oh, it's a mental disorder. You know how many times I could have pulled that in the last 3 years? Every job I've ever lost, you can't fire me. I have a mental disorder. I'll sue the shit out of you.
It's sadly enough, that's it.
I didn't steal that stuff out of the till. That was a mental disorder.
When I told that guy 2 weeks ago that I was going to murder him, then went back 2 weeks later and murdered him, that was a mental disorder.
Mental disorder. I didn't mean to murder him. I know that's what I said, and then exactly did that exact thing that I said, but all part of the syndrome. I don't know how much you could get away with that.
Well, people get away with it all. Well, people try to get away with it all the time.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something retarded. It's guaranteed I will soon. At some point. But next time I'm blaming it on a mental disorder. The next time someone tries to fire me, like, no.
I have a mental disorder that causes me to do that.
This is not a fireable thing. You see, I have a mental disorder. Not only do you have to pay me while I seek treatment, you have to accept me back when I'm done.
And part of my treatment involves going to your house and slapping you in the face every week. You know.
Part of my treatment involves working from home and not really doing anything for the next 6 weeks. So. See you there.
See ya.
See you at the Christmas party. I gotta go.
Oh, it's funny.
All right, sir. I better get going. I think I'm gonna go for a walk, try to find a cigarette.
Well, best of luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Won't be able to podcast tomorrow.
Okay.
But possibly Saturday.
I never plan for